Hey everybody, this tutorial is going to explain to you and show you kind of a hidden feature in Google Docs when it comes to sharing a doc with an audience. You're probably aware when you share a Google Doc, you can give the person you're sharing that doc with a couple of options of how they can interact with your doc. You can either give them editing rights, meaning they can change anything on that doc. So they basically have the same kind of editing rights that you have as the creator of the doc, so they can change things, delete things, add things. You can give them commenting rights, meaning they can see the doc that you created. They can't change any of the text, but they can leave comments and suggestions on maybe changes they think you should make. Or you can give somebody viewing rights, which means all they can do is see the doc. They can't make any changes to it. So when you create a Google Doc and maybe you're planning on sharing that doc with your students, maybe it's a worksheet that you made, kind of a digital worksheet. When you share that with your students, you don't want them changing your original. So what we normally have our students do is we share our doc with them, giving them viewing rights so they can't make any changes. But to complete the worksheet, we often tell them to make their own copy of the doc. So to do that, they go up to File, and they choose Make a Copy, and when they do that, they're asked to give their copy of the doc a name, and it saves to their Google Drive in whatever folder they want it in, and then that's their copy of your original, so they're not actually changing your original. So every time I share, a doc with my students, that's basically what I want them to do, and I have to go through that, that whole explanation, open the doc, go ahead and make your own copy of the doc, rename it. Well, there's a kind of a cheat way of forcing your students to make a copy, so they can't even view the doc until they have made their own copy. And that's what this video is going to show you how to do. First thing you need to do is make sure your share settings are what you want them to be. So I'm just going to go up to share, and I'm going to change this from anyone in my network can view, because my students aren't going to be in my network, and I'm going to do the anyone with the link can view. So anytime I share a doc with my students, that's the setting that I have it on. Anyone with the link can view this doc, so you can view. When I do that, this is the address of my doc, so I could copy that link and share it in whatever way, either email my students or put it on our LMS. So they have access to it. You'll notice that this address is the same as the one up here in my address bar. Now the way that you force them to make a copy, if I just share that link, they're going to open up the doc, they can view it, and then they're going to have to go to the file and make a copy. If I want to force them to do that so they can't even view the doc until they've made their own copy, it kind of skips that step. All you have to do up here in the address, find the word edit, and we're going to get rid of the word edit. If there's something after the word edit, sometimes there is, get rid of that too. Edit, delete everything from the edit to that backslash. And instead of the word edit, I'm going to type in the word copy. So now if I share that address with my students without the word edit and instead the word copy, I'm going to open a new tab and show you what happens when I paste that in to my toolbar. This is the screen they will see. So again, they didn't even get to view my doc. They have to actually make their own copy before they can even see it. So it skips that step of them having to go to File and make a copy. So when they click on that, this is their copy of my original doc. So they're not changing my doc, they have their own. So that's kind of just a little cheat on if you're a teacher that shares docs with your students a lot that they're supposed to make copies of and complete to turn back in. Deleting the word edit and changing it out for the word copy will force them to make their own copy.